rebel, mutineer, slave. 3 bold words to describe an amazing man. Behind this name there's a story of an uprising leaving 2 dead and capturing their owners, Ruz and Montez. Joseph Chink tried to force Montez to guide the Cuban vessel, the Amistad, back to Africa. However, Montez repeatedly reversed the course and zigzagged up the coast of North America. They were finally captured off Montauk Point, Long Island, by the U.S. Coast Guard ship, the Washington, where the captives were taken to New London. Montez and Ruz tried to regain possession of their cargo by taking them to court. President Van Buren and Secretary of State John Forsyth tried to remove the case from court and ship them straight back to Cuba, but the Connecticut courts wouldn't have it. The whole ordeal sent the abolitionists, led by Lewis Tappan, crazy. Joseph Chink's heroic figure and commanding personality lionized as a symbol of abolitionist cause. Abolitionists argued that illegally enslaved Africans were justified in revolting to regain freedom and innocent of any crime of killing their captors. Former President John Quincy Adams appealed before the Supreme Court, charging the federal government for wrongful interference in the courts and obstruction of justice, for partiality for slaveholders, and antipathy towards blacks.
This man is black, we can all see that. But can we also see as easily that which is equally true? That he is the only true hero in this room. Now, if he were white, he wouldn't be standing before this court fighting for his life. If he was white and his enslavers were British, he wouldn't be standing, so heavy the weight of our medals and honors we would bestow upon him. Songs would be written about him. The great authors of our times would fill books about him. His story would be told and retold. What kind of a land is this where you almost mean what you say, where laws almost work?
The verdict on March 9, 1841 went for the abolitionists, setting the captives free. However, not was all won, because whilst Joseph Chink was in America, his family was killed or kidnapped, and his tribe had fallen into a war. Joseph Chink's ordeal was one of the many tragedies that the other slaves had to fight through. He was taken from his land, he was put on trial, he was away from his family for years, and when he got back, he found that everything had been ruined. War had torn through his land, and his family was gone. All of this happened because of a selfish, greedy Cuban illegally smuggling them in for personal gain. They did not want them as people, but as property.